What's going on, everybody? So today's video talking about the ban list. Now, I just went to regionals this past weekend, well actually last weekend, and I experienced what the meta was like in full power. Even though I've been going to locals, I really didn't know how the meta played out on a competitive level because, you know, sometimes locals you can run into rogue decks. But now that I've played in a high-level event, and I plan on going to YCS Chicago, I'm going to talk about some ban list changes I hope will happen after the YCS, because let's be honest, if we get a ban list before the YCS, it'll suck, and there won't be people enough time to prepare. But if we get one after the YCS, I think it'll be a lot easier to see how the format unfolds. So with all that being said, let's get into it. Without further ado, let's begin.
Ice on my wrist, looking kinda cool. Bad bitch with me, she ain't tryna move. Niggas staring at me, what you tryna do? Got me looking at my watch, and it's time to do.
Starting off, straight into the video. REINCARNATION, or number 78, banned. That needs to happen. Reason being. So, I played against two REINCARNATION players at regionals, right? Two. Now, originally I thought the deck was bricky because I read online. I didn't know what REINCARNATION was until like about a week ago, to be honest with you guys. So, went to regionals, played against them. I'm like, oh, okay, this is the REINCARNATION deck. I saw it ran a lot of Goki cards, a lot of Buttersplash. There's a lot of spammy warrior monsters, pretty much. So, playing against it, the first REINCARNATION player I played, he bricked. I don't think he knew the deck that well. Ultimately, I didn't get REINCARNATION, and I wound up 2-0 him. But that second REINCARNATION player, oh my god. He won that die roll. He went first. Special summon. I play hand traps. I got all the hand traps. Didn't open up but not one. Special summon, do this. Soul charge. REINCARNATION, go. 6 materials. Can't special summon. Can't get rid of him. He can blow up my board on his turn. That card was not meant to be a card that was supposed to always resolve. That was supposed to be one of those cards that you waste all your resources to get out, and if your opponent out, it is game over. But nowadays, in the Link era, it's way too powerful. I think the card originally was intended for Satellar Knights, and back in the day, that was the only deck that could really get it out if they got lucky. But nowadays, the card is easy. You can get it out in one turn with just 2 warrior monsters. So, honestly speaking, REINCARNATION gotta go. Or number 78. I'm more for banning the REINCARNATION. Reason being, if we ban number 78 now, right? Who's to say REINCARNATION won't be an issue in the future? On the flip side, though, if we ban 78, or if we ban REINCARNATION, who's to say 78 won't be an issue in the future? I don't think Konami's gonna release any more XYZ monsters, but at least if they ban REINCARNATION, a card that they know is powerful as it is now, they don't have to worry about banning it later. And if they keep number 78, they can build around 78 versus banning it. So something has to happen to that deck. Let me know what you guys think should be banned between those two in the comment section down below. Next up, GUMBLAR ban. Now, I play GUMBLAR Heroes, right? I love the deck. Easy to play, easy to use. Dark Law, GUMBLAR, first turn is easy as 1, 2, 3. But I gotta admit, GUMBLAR is too broken. Like, you can go Neo Space Connector, Aqua Dolphin, eat a card, Triple Connector, bring out Aqua Dolphin, eat another card, make GUMBLAR, eat 2 on your opponent's turn, pass, go, bring out another monster on your opponent's turn, eat another 2. It's retarded. It's dumb. It needs to go. Hand loot cards that says your opponent can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just, I don't like it. Like, it limits the player interaction. Even if I minus my opponent by 4 or 5, I still think stuff like that should not be legal and or fair. On the flip side, some people may be able to argue maybe Neo Space and Aqua Dolphin or Neo Space Connector may be an issue. Maybe Space Connector should get limited down to 1. That's a fair argument, but for right now, I think GUMBLAR as a Link monster, Links like they're like the high level Links like GUMBLAR, top level Bomber Dragon, the list can go on, are very easy to bring out, which in my opinion, they should never be easy to bring out, but that's neither here or there. GUMBLAR is a card that's cancerous. It limits player interactivity. Actually, it promotes negative player interactivity, which is why I think come the end of this month or going into February, whenever Konami's gonna release the ban list, it's gonna get banned. Not limited. It's gonna get banned. Same thing, either REINCARNATION 78. Now for my limits. Back to 1, or down to 1 rather. TRICKSTAR Reincarnation. Now, before you guys click off the video and say TRICKSTARs haven't done anything, just think about it, guys. How many people have went to regionals or locals and lost to TRICKSTARs? Me. How many people have played against TRICKSTARs and lost against the deck, but the main reason you was lost is not because they beat you with skill, you lost specifically to Drolling Like Bird Reincarnation. That is a problem. I don't care what no one says. I don't care if TRICKSTARs aren't doing crap right now. Stuff like that should not exist in the game. Which is why I think Reincarnation down to 1 will solve the issue. Heck, ban the card. I don't care, but I'm still gonna argue that card or that type of interaction should be hit at this time because it's too good. It's too good. My opponent should not be able to remove my entire hand. That's just, it's common sense, bro. Like, there's no way that should be able to happen. So I was fine with Reincarnation without Droll being a thing, but you know, with Droll being a thing and Droll not really being an overpowered card, Reincarnation's a card that gotta go. Plus, TRICKSTARs is just cancerous with the new time rule, so what can you do? Next thing down to 1. Engage. Now, Sky Strikers. Played against 1 Sky Striker at my regionals this weekend, and I played against the here and there at locals, so I kind of got a good grasp on how powerful the deck really is. Well, I'm not gonna say pre-that, that's the next card I'm gonna talk about. Engage. It pluses so much deck. I can search. If I got 3 more spells to trap, I draw a card. What was Konami thinking with that? Like, seriously, what was they thinking? Sky Strikers as a deck, off first hand, just looking at it, it's like, okay, that's a good deck. I don't think it's overpowered. But seeing them grant those pluses with the engage, doing what they do, it just makes people really upset because they're plussing and setting up their board for the following turn. Now, engage goes hand in hand with the next card I'm going to talk about, which is multi-roll. I did not legit. I knew multi-roll was good because I knew it was like Spellbook of Judgment where it allows you to set your stuff back face down after you use it. I did not realize it had an effect that said your opponent cannot change your Sky Striker cards. I was like, what? I'm playing at regionals. I got my Ash Blossom. I'm like, okay, he did what's that, Terraforming, search out his field spell. Okay, he got his engagement. I'm my Ash Blossom that engagement. I was like, yeah, he multi-roll. I'm like, okay. The effect, you can't chain the stuff. Activate engage. I was like, hold on, what? I had to read it like 3 times. I legit did not know that card did that. So, you know, that's my fault for not reading cards, but ultimately, cards that say you cannot change to my card effect, it's just dumb. Like, the deck is already powerful enough without multi-roll. Adding in multi-roll as another layer of problematic issues everyone has with the deck. So I think by hitting multi-roll down to 1, hitting engage down to 1, the deck can still be good, it just won't be overpowered, if that makes sense. Now, cards I really personally want to come back, I only really want 1 card to come back, and that's MAXX. I feel MAXX should and could come back in the next format moving forward and beyond. It was banned, in my opinion, specifically because it limited the playability of rogue decks and upcoming product Konami planned to release, like Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, or decks that like to spam, like at the time Zodiac. I think Ash Blossom was legal. No, I think MAXX was legal during Zodiac. Scratch that, what I just said. But you know, Links being a thing, a lot of people believe MAXX got hit because of Link decks and etc. And you know, arguing that MAXX is a card that hurt a lot of rogue decks, which is true, but it also checks a lot of meta decks that just goes, I can just special summon do all this spamming with no consequences. Those decks need consequences because if they don't have anything to check them, they can just set up an unbreakable board like U-linking, just making things really unfair, limiting player interaction, which is what I would think Yu-Gi-Oh is about: player interaction, strategizing, and beating the opponent. I'm all for MAXX coming back to 3. If Konami want to give it to us at 2, that's fine. But I think just give it to us at 3. It allows us to add it to our decks to check other decks. Now, as far as everything else, like I said, that's supposed to come back, only other thing I would personally like from MAXX, real talk, as far as decks and themes from the ban list, I want to see windups back at full power, and I want to see INZEKTORs back at full power. Not because I like those decks, I mean I did like windups from back in the day. I just want to see how they compete in the current meta. Like, I like INZEKTORs, I like the way they play, I like what they do, and I like how windups can come back and just do some spamming. I want to see how they play in Link era. You gotta obviously ban windup Hunter if you bring back windups at full power, because you don't want Hunter rolling around eating cards out of the opponent's hand and doing a stupid windup loop. But I think windups without Hunter at full power would be a nice fair deck that people can compete with. Same thing as INZEKTORs. I think it'd be a nice fair deck for the current meta because it's something that can compete. It's old. I think it just makes a lot of players happy. So these are things I personally feel like should happen on the next ban list. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you guys are new here, I would love for you to subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. I'm uploading as much as I can throughout the week. So yeah, man, check me out. So once again, this is InnovationYGO, and I'm signing out. Peace and stay innovative. Deuces.